Win the incredible Steigercraft 21DB Miami, powered by a Yamaha 200, in the ultimate season-long multiple-species subscriber-only fishing competition, the Fisherman's 2017 Dream Boat Fishing Challenge. Go to thefisherman.com and enter today. The Fishing News is brought to you by Okuma and The Reel Seat at 707 Union Avenue in Brielle. Gear up for June sharking with Reel Seat shark rigs, big game hooks, floats, wire leader, and tournament essentials for mako and thresher action.
It's trophy time at the Jersey Shore. Big things through the Memorial Day weekend holiday, and definitely quite a few big things in store. I'm Jim Hutchinson with the New Jersey Delaware Bay edition of the Fisherman magazine, in store here at the Reel Seat up in Brielle, where folks are gearing up now that we're into the month of June for the offshore action, which is actually starting to intensify east of here, full east, all the way out off Manasquan. Now, I am hearing, of course, that the Manasquan River, the Manasquan Inlet, has quite a few fluke. I dare say it's paved with fluke, but we did hear a report, as I'm here talking to Dave and the folks at the Reel Seat, of an 11-pounder that was caught sometime this week. So definitely the doormats are starting to come, although our first doormat of the Jersey Shore 2017 season comes from where else? Up along the Raritan Bay. So let's run down with where we stand with some of these fluke and what we got through on the reports from this weekend. One of those biggest reports was an 11-pounder for Joe Pagano of Milltown. Again, first true doormat of the season. That 11-pounder was off the Navy Pier on Saturday. Joe was using killies and squid. Check that fish into the tackle box up in Hazlitt. We also had a 9-pounder, so close to that 10-pound mark. That was weighed in at Fisherman's Den North. A 9-pounder for Tom Tinikos, and he was fishing aboard Roman Round Charters over the weekend. Now, we move farther to the south, even south below Barnegat Inlet and Absecon Inlet in that area in Cape May County. We are getting some good reports in the back bays. A lot of folks targeting summer flounder in the back starting as early as possible. Although the weather to start our fluke season in Jersey for 2017 wasn't the best, by the weekend we started getting some good reports. I spoke with Sean Riley of Waterfront Marine out of Summers Point. He said, as a matter of fact, some of the deeper inlet waters were producing some good flatfish down there. Of course, Rainbow Channel is always a producer this time of year. Sean called Rainbow good, as well as other areas down in South Jersey. Get farther into Cape May County behind over there at Patty's Hole and along the edges. We've spoken to some folks fishing behind Atlantic City and Margate. Again, some of that shallower water going with the bucktails, the lighter bucktails tipped with gulp. The swimming mullet, the chartreuse swimming mullet, seems to be the way to go, always the way to go. Also, what Sean mentioned is with all those bluefish around, stripped bluefish strips on the bucktail, also producing some good fluke catches as well. In addition to Rainbow Channel over in Risley's Channel behind Ocean City, Bill Carew, he had a really nice weakfish the other day, weighed into Fanatics in Ocean City, caught that on a green bucktail. Again, that one was a mackerel strip on the edge of that. Now, there are not a lot of monster tide runners, nothing over that 10-pound threshold for trophy status, but do know of a lot of good-sized weakfish being caught, especially in southern New Jersey. A lot of tight-lipped folks, I'm sure, are releasing a lot of those big weakfish, but we keep our eyes on that Dreamboat leaderboard for some other big fish, so make sure you fishermen subscribers stay tuned to that leaderboard to make sure what's being caught. Now, the list of big stripers continues. We're finding out a lot of big stripers are being released, but some are being kept as well. Surf and Jetty at Brigantine is giving up some good bass and was through the Memorial Day weekend. Charles Herzog and his dad were out, had a 51-incher, 48 pounds, 10 ounces along the seawall using a Riptide rodder. That's one of Andy Grossman's fresh clams that you get over at Riptide in Brigantine. Charles said this was looked like an empty-bellied striper. Also post-spawn. You wonder if some of those post-spawn fish moving from the Delaware all the way up the coast as well. Some stripers in the back bays along the sod banks near the inlets and creeks. Bobby, he checked in with Surf City Bait and Tackle on an SP minnow. I know that some of the cooler water in the back maybe that's keeping some of the stripers pretty active in the back too, but definitely some of those back bay areas have been cooler. Again, if you're out there looking for the summer flounder, the fluke, make sure you try to get up on some of those flats where they're warmer. Midweek, Wednesday, ocean water temperatures along the Jersey coast, we're still chilly, hovering around the 60-degree mark. Hopefully that will keep some of these big stripers in close as well, because you've got plenty of live line opportunities, especially from, let's say, Barnegat north all the way up to Shrewsbury Rocks. We're finding some bass moving those bunker in and gobbling on those bunker in tight. The live line opportunities for folks like Nick England, who checked in recently with Murphy's Hook House with a 38.8 pound bass, and a processional of 40s and 50s for folks fishing out of Barnegat, Manasquan, and also up to Shark River as well. Folks like Jack Spranger, trollers especially, 49.6 on a white Maja number 4. He weighed that into Lacey Marine over the weekend on Saturday. Now, if you're looking for something to do with the buddies, perhaps Friday night, want to do something that keeps you out of those other places, you and your buddies might want to give consideration to some night bluefish trips. A lot of the party boats are starting with those night bluefish trips. The Big Jamaica, as a matter of fact, Friday and Saturday nights as well. Of course, you've got the party boats sailing now for sea bass, fluke, stripers, and of course, the bluefish throughout the state. But it's always nice to dirty somebody else's deck, so even if you have your own boat, to get on somebody else's boat and get out there jigging bluefish. Of course, the surf and dockside blues are ideal for fathers, sons, and all the kids. Braden O'Connell had help from his brother, while Dad Greg here held the camera. So there's definitely some bluefish as well as stripers in the surf for your opportunities with the family. Now, by the way, speaking of the kids, we have a new Youth Angler Showcase that premieres in the June edition of the Fisherman magazine. Check that out this week. Special prizes for kids. We're looking for some of your photos. Pick up that June edition. It's at tackle shops. It's also in newsstands. You can learn more about that Youth Angler Showcase as well as the Dreamboat Contest that I mentioned. Subscribers only contest for Fisherman subscribers. We're giving you a shot at that Steiger 21 and the Yamaha outboard. Also, in the June edition, look for the full list of tournaments for the summertime. We've got all the tournaments, June, July, and August listed there. Of course, it's shark season here at the Jersey Shore. We're right around the corner from some of the tournaments, and obviously things are getting busy underway here in Brielle and Manasquan. The offshore action underway. As a matter of fact, we just found out this week, over the Memorial Day weekend, of a 454-pound bluefin tuna. Weighed in, it was Neil Franzioni Jr. aboard the Bahia Moon. And over here at Hoffman's right across the street in Brielle. So the canyon runners are out and about targeting some of those big fish. And if you're not geared up, whether it's for the shark season or for the offshore, for the tuna and billfish, make sure you do so. Now's the time. Come on in and see Dave and the crew here at Real Seat in Brielle. Get yourself geared up for that offshore season because June is here. It's shark month. Giant bluefin out there, and before you know it, we're going to start getting those reports of some of those yellowfin as well. Catch them up this week, and we'll talk to you again next week right here at thefisherman.com.
Win the incredible Steigercraft 21DB Miami, powered by a Yamaha 200, in the ultimate season-long multiple-species subscriber-only fishing competition, the Fisherman's 2017 Dream Boat Fishing Challenge. Go to thefisherman.com and enter today. The Fishing News is brought to you by Okuma and the Real Seat at 707 Union Avenue in Brielle. Gear up for June sharking with Real Seat shark rigs, big game hooks, floats, wire leader, and tournament essentials for mako and thresher action.